Welcome back to the next episode of It's in the Details. If you're back again, welcome. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Hope you stay a while. Let's get into it. A few weeks back, I decided to treat myself by ordering Tenant on Amazon Prime. I'm still adjusting to this ordering movies in our own house thing. Pre-pandemic, I was a pretty regular moviegoer, but we got to adjust. So I decided to treat myself by getting this movie. I had pizza ordered, I had snacks ready to go, and I was about to order some popcorn from a movie theater. Uber Eats delivers. But there were problems. Problem number one, I hate ordering things for delivery, simply because I can go get anything I want to go get all by myself. But this was a day where I was showing myself to a nice little date, right? And I may have had a beverage that would keep me from being a responsible person if I got out driving in these streets. So I decided to be responsible. Now, I live in a condo, and as you may or may not know, delivery people can't come upstairs during the pandemic, so they have to wait in the lobby. As I said, I had all the bases covered other than this popcorn, so that's all they would be delivering. Now, the nearest theater and cheapest delivery was a 30-minute drive away. Can you imagine me coming down the elevator, getting off the elevator, looking through the lobby for this delivery person, holding a single bag of popped corn? The two of us making eye contact across the lobby as I slide my way across in my Under Armour slides, looking at this poor, hard-working delivery person holding a medium-sized bag of popcorn layered with butter. I couldn't do it. I felt too bad. Now, if I did do it, and the delivery person was real mad at me for making them deliver this $9 bag of popcorn and push me out of the way as they left the building, I wouldn't fought it. Fair. That's fair. I get it. I would say, hey, what if I tip you the amount of the whole order? Would that, no? That wouldn't make you, okay. That wouldn't make you feel, no. I get it. I'm sorry. Thank you for these kernels, though. Problem two. I've realized something very interesting about myself. A couple things, actually. One, I hate some time traveling movies. My favorite is Looper, starring Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, as I like to call him, the Robin the Batman franchise should have given us. The second thing I've realized is I am not smart enough for time traveling movies. I'm not. Okay, if it is in fact fair to call Tenant a time traveling movie, I think it is, but I'm sure someone's beating the shit out of their keyboard right now. This is not a time traveling movie. This is about linear time and reverse time and blah, blah, blah. I said what I said. Okay? I said it. I guess the fair thing for myself to say is I feel like I got this movie. I feel like I get it. Now, if you said to me, tell me about this movie, explain what happened, you're letting me know some things. You're letting me know we are not actually friends because you ask too much of people. Okay? Watch the movie your damn self. You want me to describe a time traveling movie to you? Listen, if you want someone to describe a time traveling movie to you, you better make some connections with some folks at Tesla. To be clear, I only got to a point where I feel like I understood Tenet because I watched it at home. One, I could rewind as much as necessary, both to reveal plot points and also to embrace amazing acting and remarkable scenery. My chances of really being a participant on this Tenant ride were only made better because I watched it at home with subtitles. In fact, I've been having a lot of conversations recently with a really close friend about watching almost everything with subtitles, except live TV. But it makes things so much easier. She's been watching seasons upon seasons of Peaky Blinders, barely understanding any of the dialogue. She's better now that we've had these conversations. Now, like me, she also has trouble following time-traveling movie plots. Now, when you combine that with the fact that she has problems with various accents, and Tenet, in all of its worldly splendor, takes place all over Europe, India, etc. They go everywhere. They've got actors from everywhere. So I said to her, maybe you just watch Tenet in secret. Don't tell anybody you watch this movie. Tell me, I mean, I'm me. But don't tell anybody you watch this movie, because there's a real possibility they're going to ask you things about this movie that you should understand. She's not going to understand them. And then she hit me with maybe one of my favorite things she's ever said to me in over 20 years of friendship. If I watch Tenet in secret and I don't understand it, did I even really watch that movie? It's like a philosophical question. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? That's what she hit me with. It was perfect, hilarious. I can't top it. I don't have anything to add. If you're a dum-dum like me, you're gonna feel the same way she described when you're done watching Tenet. Did a tree just fall in the woods somewhere, or did I just watch a blockbuster movie? Again, breathtakingly beautiful. The only problem with watching this movie at home is you are not watching it on an IMAX screen, which is clearly how they shot this movie. They shot this movie for a big screen, and it would be tremendous. And as soon as we stop running around here giving each other cooties, I'm going to go watch it when it's back in theater. I will say this, though. It is stunning. Stunning. Apparently, they spent $200 million on the budget, and it feels like you can see every cent when you watch this movie. But watching it at home has its own benefits. Subtitles. Now, I thought John David Washington, Denzel's son, was spectacular. I love him in everything he does. He was great in BlacKkKlansman. He was great in Ballers, even though Ballers was a little bit, first two seasons were pretty good. Robert Pattinson, I don't think I've watched him do anything. I didn't watch any of those vampire movies. But he was really good in this movie, and he actually gave me a lot of faith that he's going to do something really interesting with the Batman franchise when he takes over. I actually feel everybody did a really, really good job all the way around. So, IMAX is the way, but you need to watch this movie at home, in your house, this weekend, and you probably should have a big bag of popcorn from your favorite movie theater. Tip the driver big time. All right, so this next one, I actually recorded quite a few months back. I was trying to figure out if I was actually going to do this for real, but that doesn't speak to the quality of the conversation. It was a big fun one for me. I look great in it. We both look great. Just a couple of bald, bearded dudes sitting around talking about stuff. But this guy is a lot of fun. I have known him since grade 7 or 8. We became friends more so in high school, university, and he is the quintessential person for me of don't see someone for 5-6 months, see them and talk to them for 2 hours like nothing has happened over that time period. Like you've just been hanging out like normal. He is a fun guy, funny guy, big personality, lots of passion, deep into Comic Con, Big Brother, Survivor. I slipped up and we didn't talk about either of those two things, but we will the next time I have him on. He's also into zombies. We got into some interesting conversations around I Am Legend, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to have him back on. I hope you really enjoy it. Up next, my boy Roger Roken. So, welcome. Thanks for doing this.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so I want to start right away with pandemic stuff. Okay. So pandemic hits. We're all stuck at home. Did you watch our Prime Minister Disney Prince fly out of his house every day and give that briefing to let you know we're all gonna die?
Outside of his house when he
Yeah, when he contracted it.
when he had COVID.
Yeah,
God, I forgot that he had COVID.
right away.
Like I told you just reminded me that he had COVID.
Right away, dog.
Wow.
Were you watching?
I did watch. Yeah, I did watch because I wanted to know what was going on. Mainly because I didn't want to go back to work. Like I like working from home. But yeah, I always tuned in to see what was the update and yeah, I don't know.
And we watched his hair and beard grow
Yes.
for
Yes.
weeks. Yeah, it was.
How the rest of his family didn't get COVID? I have no idea.
I think his wife did.
His wife got it? Oh no,
Yeah.
his wife he didn't get it. His wife got it. That's what it was.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
That's true.
Yes. How he didn't get it it was like, what the?
Well, you figure rich people living in a mansion.
Yeah.
He's got a whole wing.
He was probably pretty busy dealing with the pandemic and he
Yeah.
never didn't see
Yeah.
her much and
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I did watch that. I did watch that religiously for the first 3 months or so.
And
I still kind of do now. I
was
watch
gonna
the provincial updates because I want to know what our numbers and stuff are at. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to push away from it a little bit. It was kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, I did push back. I don't check all the time, but I do maybe check a couple times a week. Not every day like I used to.
Yeah. It's just vaccine or bust now.
That's the other thing about like what this whole pandemic is the vaccine part of it. Like, are you gonna take it? They're rushing this thing. Like there are movies where like apocalyptic movies where this happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I Am Legend. Pandemic happened, hit the world real hard. They made a vaccine. They didn't test it. It killed the majority of the planet, and it turned 10% of the population to these like night zombies. And then like what the like it was like a measles vaccine, right? Like
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was like some sort of like measles outbreak, and yeah. Anyway, this is like a movie. This is like a movie script.
Yeah.
Why are we rushing these vaccines?
Because businesses are closing down, man.
I know. Do you watch Walking Dead?
No zombies for me.
No, okay. So I've read all the comics, the graphic novels, and I watch all the shows. And one thing about that series, that universe, they never talk about how the outbreak started. And the writer, I forgot his name. I want to give him props. Shit, what's his name? Anyway, the writer of Walking Dead. God, what's his name? Anyway, he said that they'll never talk about it. They'll never get into it. It's just about the stories of people surviving the apocalypse. But I've always had this theory that like, so in that universe, spoiler if you've ever watched Walking Dead, when you die, you turn into a zombie. Whether or not you get bit or any of the zombie tropes, right?
Yeah.
Zombie trope's always been like you get bit, then hours later you turn into a zombie. But in this universe, like you can die of natural causes and wake up a zombie.
What is it, like in the air?
Yeah, so like that's the thing that that people have always been wondering, like how the fuck did this start? And I've always been thinking to myself, What if it was something that was just introduced to us, like fluoride in the water, or
Right.
a vaccine they gave us that, like, 20, 30 years down the road, had to mutated into this thing that turned everyone secretly into, if you die, you turn into a zombie. And
Okay.
I don't know. I've always been like thinking about that. Like, I wonder if we're ever gonna run into that, like an I Am Legend kind of. I don't know. I
So
don't know.
if that's true, okay, let's assume, let's go down that path with you. If that's true, you don't take the vaccine because you're worried you're going to die and turn into a zombie, right?
Right.
Everybody else that has,
We'll take it.
and then what?
And then they'll turn to zombies, and I'll end up like Will Smith watching Shrek in some corner of a condo, so in downtown New York.
Listening to Bob Marley.
Yeah, like,
So listen, I heard you. I heard you've been on that bike, getting in shape.
yes,
You're gonna
yes,
need some more weights.
yeah.
You're gonna need a pull-up bar,
I mean, I
training some
figure
agility.
I can go scavenge,
Wait, if everybody's already I Am Legend,
I
it's
can
too
only
late
go
to
into
get
the
in
places
shape.
where there's light. I can't go into the dark places.
But
I've
that's
thought
fun.
this through. I've thought this
Yeah,
through.
sure, sure. And it sounds like I'm gonna have to watch I Am Legend again.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so hold on. So there's some other things I wanted to ask you. Get back on this TV watching during the pandemic stuff. Okay, as I see it, there were three major TV moments uh, that almost everybody should have been watching during the pandemic. And in reverse order, it goes the 2020 US election, okay, The Last Dance, okay, and Tiger King.
Those are the three most watched.
They should be,
Yeah,
because you go back to Tiger King, nothing was going on. We're all at
right,
home, and everybody's like, "Hey, did you hear about this gay meth head who has tigers?" And everybody was like, "Haven't heard about it. I need to
right.
see it." Right? Then sports fans, and I think just personal interest story, The Last Dance probably was watched by almost
So many
everybody,
people. Yeah,
right? Whether
so
you
many
like
people.
sports or not, you're like, "That's Michael Jordan. I know who that
Yeah,
is," right?
right,
And then the election is the election. So I'm
right.
sure everybody consumed it to a
I'm
varying
trying to
amount.
think if there's anything else people may have.
Not
Mandalorian wasn't on there.
this is my
I
list. I
mean,
didn't,
now Mandalorian did come out in October.
and it's Star Wars. Like I love
Yeah,
it, but not everybody was into it. Those three though were like, it's
yeah,
April,
yeah,
watch this. It's like the end of
yeah.
April, watch this, and then the election's the election, right?
Right.
So did you consume all of them?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
To varying degrees. Like some of them
yes.
you love more.
Especially the elections. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, I
Yeah.
watched some debates. I watched some coverage. Yeah, yeah,
Did you
sure.
did you watch election night?
Yes, yes.
How long did it take you to
Election
bail?
week.
Well, yes, election week, but election night specifically, where
Oh,
everybody
I had
tuned
it on
in.
the whole night. It was on the background while I was like gaming or whatever.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Because I want to know I wanted Trump to lose. I want that guy out of there.
Fair, fair, fair.
He is
But
bad for Canada.
I
Bad
thought you
for
said you
Canada.
didn't want to get too political.
I didn't, but he's bad for Canada.
I'm
Guy
not
just
gonna.
up and changed the North American Free Trade Agreement out of
It,
nowhere.
it
It
was
was doing
bad.
perfectly fine.
It was
Man,
bad for the United States, apparently.
apparently.
Yeah. So he roughed
Anyway,
it up.
yeah, yeah.
But election night, man, we
I didn't even
knew.
know what the word tariff meant until Trump. Like, tariff? What's a tariff?
I'm not sure you want that
This
on tape, man.
motherfucker. No, I know. I knew what it was. I knew what it was.
um, but election night, we all knew we weren't getting results that night, and they just
Yeah,
kept.
I knew. Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew.
but you stayed on it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Because I just wanted to know like the initial.
How it looked to start out.
Yeah, yeah. I had a feeling that I had a feeling the election was going to turn out that way because I knew that Democrats voted by mail,
Hmm.
and that he told his base of Republicans that COVID's a hoax and don't wear masks and show up to the polls, and that's what they did.
Yeah,
Um, or majority of them. So yeah, I
it
just knew
seems.
that I just knew that this is how it's going to turn out. I thought that maybe Trump was going to come out on top at first, and then the votes would then go into Biden's favor. But
Hmm.
yeah, I figured it was going to be a while. I actually thought it was going to be weeks. I didn't think it was going to be days. But
Well,
yeah,
it
I
depends.
mean, I mean, yeah, with the little electoral college stupidness that they have. But yeah,
Right.
yeah,
It depends on how you view it.
yeah,
We think it's over. He clearly doesn't.
right.
But yeah, the psychology of it was interesting to me because they knew it wasn't going to be over that night. We knew it wasn't going to be over that night, and they tried to pull out all these bells and whistles to keep you watching,
Mhm.
like we were going to find out a result that night. I had to tap out, man.
I tapped out after like I think day two. I had CNN on most of the time,
Yeah,
and it was the same guy talking about the
yeah,
same things
yeah.
about the
Moving around.
same states.
Yeah,
And I was like, okay, this like one, how is this guy still going? Because
yo,
I went to sleep. Like this
Red
guy did
Bull,
not.
Red Bull for days.
He must have been wired. I forgot. I don't know. I forgot his name, but he was like, yeah, he was all over the place talking about the same thing. I'm like, how is this guy not going crazy?
My favorite part.
Um,
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, yeah, that was it. That yeah.
My favorite part of that night and what he was doing is he touched like 4 or 5 different states. And then when he was done, the total was a tie. Okay. And he looked at the screen and he goes, that doesn't usually happen. And then just moved on. And it left me sitting in the couch thinking, um, what if it's a tie, Doc? Can you tell us what the tiebreakers are? Let us know something, not just we're already freaking out and
Well,
you're
do
just
you,
going to throw up a tie and just move on.
do you remember the Bush Gore election?
Yeah.
And it came down to one state with
Yeah.
like a
Florida,
difference of
like
like
50,000 votes or
something
something,
like that. Yeah,
500 votes.
500 votes. Like what? Like
Wild.
that's yeah, that's wild.
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 What do you remember about The Last Dance?
Lots. I
Yeah.
loved the Dance Dance. It's funny that you brought up those three things that were trending at the time of during the pandemic,
Mhm.
um, because during the Last Dance, I wanted very badly to get a Jordan jersey.
Okay.
Badly.
Yeah.
I've
Good
always
luck.
wanted one, and the show just like reinvigorated
Of
my love
course.
for Jordan, right? Um, so I tried looking, and all the prices for Jordan jerseys were like a lot of money. But like
Yeah.
it's funny because I just recently went and looked again, um, to see the prices, and they have gone down.
Mm,
So I was thinking, I think the Last Dance had an increase on Jordan stuff
yeah.
because it looks like it's took a little dip
Hmm.
since. So yeah, I don't know. I found it interesting. But
Same as Kobe. When Kobe passed, all of his stuff
yeah, all
skyrocketed.
his stuff started going up too. I actually got a Kobe jersey
Oh,
during that time.
nice.
I got a
Th-
good deal on one, so I didn't think it was.
Those black mambas that the Lakers were wearing during the bubble
Yeah,
playoffs were dope. I
yeah,
didn't even
yeah.
bother looking for them.
Those. Yeah, I didn't bother looking for those either. I just have one of the yellow, that's the one I ended up getting, a yellow Bryant
Mhm.
Lakers. I don't know. I like it. It's nice.
But no
It's
look
weird.
on.
It's weird. It's weird because I don't know if I can wear it. I feel like I'm cheating on the Raptors if I wear
If you
it.
wear an old Kobe jersey,
Yeah, yeah.
man,
Or like I have a LeBron jersey too, and I'm like I can't wear these
why?
because
Because
the
now
rat. I
we're
don't want to.
champs.
I don't want. Yeah, I don't want to jinx the Raptors.
Well, listen, the rain is already over. Throw those
Yeah.
jerseys on and leave your
Yes.
house. The rain's
Until
over.
until next year.
Yeah. Yeah, the Raptors, have you watched any of the did you rewatch the championship run while you were
No.
locked down at home?
No. No.
No,
No.
stayed away from it. I think I
Uh,
caught one game.
I think I may have caught a couple of like moments and stuff, but no, I haven't gone back.
Mhm.
It's I never went back and watched the Blue Jays either.
Oh yeah,
I
they
don't
were
know.
doing
I feel
good.
like it's hard to go back to sports and watch stuff. I don't know.
I recently got into F1. like really
Oh,
heavy.
okay. Yeah. Why don't
And
they come to Toronto anymore?
I don't know. I know they go to Montreal.
Like, they used to come to Toronto. It used to be such a big deal, and now I don't hear about it
Is
at
that
all.
F1 or Indy?
Aren't they the same?
No.
Like, don't they drive the same type of
No,
cars?
no, 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 no,
No.
no, 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 no.
Wait, no,
They're
no, no,
both.
no, no. Indy's the car one.
No, no, that's NASCAR.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indy and F1 are both open wheel racing,
Yeah.
so they're like super fast go karts.
Yeah.
But that's what they are. But it's not the same. F1's mainly like Europe, the Middle East,
Okay.
stuff like that. They come to Montreal. I don't know if they come to Toronto, but I know there was an Indy race
Like
in
one of
Toronto.
them used to, yeah, like one
Yeah.
of those, yeah, they used to come here. Now that
Yeah.
I don't think they do. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but
Anyway,
they'll be back in Montreal this year. But anyway,
okay.
I recently got heavy into F1, and like 3 weeks ago they had a race that it was raining the entire time,
Mhm.
and the pictures and the drama were so good. I've watched the race twice now.
Oh,
Yeah,
how
two
many
times.
laps?
57 or something like that, but each lap's like a minute 30, so it's
Yeah.
like it's just over an hour. It's not too long.
Okay.
But man, F1 has been really interesting for me throughout the pandemic. Like I watched Ford versus Ferrari,
Yes, yes, yes. I watched
and
a little bit of that. I didn't get through it all though.
no,
I should go back.
yes,
Yeah.
solid,
Yeah, like
so solid,
historical.
and
Yeah.
that too,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Um,
Yeah.
and then go ahead.
Like, let's go back to um The Last Dance.
Yeah,
We didn't like we like
yeah, yeah,
se-
yeah, yeah.
separated from I love The Last Dance because I learned so much about Jordan that I didn't know.
Like
Like I didn't know about the possibility of them going for a fourth
mhm.
at the end. Like there
the
was like
second, the second
the
three.
second time,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Like holy fuck, man, they could have gone for a fourth,
or five.
and like they fucking ruined it.
Yeah.
Same with dude. If that guy didn't retire to go play baseball, they
Mhm.
could have probably won again. Like they could have won all 6 seasons plus the two that you missed.
Yeah.
Because he came back. He came back in the one. They made the playoffs, but it was too late. Like he didn't play enough.
Hmm.
Like he didn't. Like if you would have played that whole season, they probably would have won.
Yeah.
But I think he only played like a quarter of a season in that second season that he missed.
Yeah.
Imagine if he didn't take time off.
Part of me
Could have
wonders
won
though.
all those championships.
Yeah. Part of me wonders though if the team and the franchise didn't get a break from him in that time period,
Yeah.
if they just would have been so tired anyway and burnt out
Like by
anyway.
the end.
Yeah. So like maybe
Yeah.
they don't get to that second
The
run of
second
three,
three.
right?
Yeah.
They might get to 4 or 5 off the jump at the beginning,
Yeah.
but then they don't get that back end.
Yeah. That's true.
But who
It's
knows?
possible.
We'll never know. But yeah,
He was the best. I don't think we've seen anyone like him.
yeah, like it's such a generational conversation because you've got all these guys, these older guys that watch like Bill Russell and
Mhm.
those dudes that won like 10, 11 championships in a row for the Celtics.
Mhm.
And they're like, he's the best ever. He's got 11 championship, blah, 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 blah. And we're like, have you seen MJ?
Mm.
Like he was amazing. And then people just a little bit younger than us, Kobe, LeBron kind of thing. Like I'm almost more of a Kobe guy than an MJ guy.
You think he's the best?
It's more like fandom. Like I'm almost
Okay.
more of a fan of Kobe
Okay.
than I am MJ. And it's
Okay.
because rewatching The Last Dance, I thought I knew what went on during that time.
Right.
And then I
And you
remembered I was 12,
Right.
12, 13, 14 years old. And I was like, I
Right.
didn't know any of this shit. Like I
Right.
remembered him brushing off Byron Russell to hit that jumper
Right.
in the quote unquote flu game.
Yeah.
But like all the other stuff, I barely remember.
Yeah, like I thought he had flu in that game. Apparently, and it wasn't flu. He ate bad pizza.
Yeah, they think it was food
Like-
poisoning.
Like that guy needs to run to the shitter the whole time.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah,
I thought he had like a cold.
yeah.
Like, anyway, yeah,
And
I
then-
didn't know that. Yeah.
And then Rodman too. Like
Yeah, I didn't know about the Rodman stuff. Like him, like Jordan having to fly out to get him. Like
yeah,
that's fucked up.
It's
I didn't know
crazy.
about that.
And that's the shit you do to win
I didn't
championships.
know all the GM issues that he's having. Like I didn't know. Like I didn't know. I didn't even know they had a GM. I thought it was just Jackson and Jordan like calling the shots.
That's why it was good because, and that's what kind of disconnected me from like really
Right.
understanding what was going on.
Right.
Social media during that time would have been
Right.
crazy. Would have been crazy.
And then the biggest takeaway that I get from him, and I already kind of knew it, but like there was always talk that he was an asshole
Yeah.
in real life, and I kind of figured. But then watching this, you saw all the times he was being an asshole,
Mhm.
and I think he got a little bit of like he got some blowback from it, but like I don't think he did anything wrong.
Yeah. He
I
was.
don't. Yeah, like dude, he won 6 championships out of
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Like that's what it takes to win. Like
Yeah.
you got to be a little bit of an asshole.
Yeah.
Get motivate people to stop being lazy and shit.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I think I would have been the exact same way as him.
That's
I don't blame him at all. At all.
that's
Like,
the
I
difference
actually
between
I kind of look up to it actually.
definitely. That's the difference between I've won 6 championships
Right.
out of 6 and I've won 4 out of 8 or
Right.
9 or whatever it is
Right.
LeBron has. It's interesting. It's very
Like
interesting to
that
me.
guy in all those stories where like if you got blown out one night, like he took it personal,
Yeah.
and the next night he just went off.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. Like I like that stuff. That I think that's what's missing a lot from younger generation these days is that like drive to
Mm.
be the best and to win. And like
Hmm.
that guy wanted to be the best and win all the time. Like, it never stopped with that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I look up to that. I like that.
There
And
can only be so
I
many.
right, right. I kind of knew that about him before, but like after watching it, just more respect for him.
Hmm.
He was the greatest. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I to me, I think Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron are the top 3, like
Yeah.
easily. Yeah, I don't care about the Will Chamberlains or the Drexler, any of those guys. Like, I'm sorry, these 3 guys are on next level to you guys.
Uh-huh.
You put Jordan in today's basketball, he still dominates.
Yeah.
Right? You put Chamberlain in today's basketball, no, I don't think so. I don't
Have
think so.
I can't say yes or no with you
That hook
because
shot thing's not gonna work, man. I'm telling you, that hook shot not gonna work now.
the thing is, no one is shooting hook shots right now,
Right,
right?
right, right.
That doesn't.
Because there's 8-foot monster centers now. Like you're not gonna get away with that shit anymore.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't. There, I think there's the like statistics have taken over the game, and taking hook shots doesn't seem to be as valuable.
Right,
So no one's working on them. But
right,
if you're 8 feet tall and you run a flying hook shot off of one leg and one hand high up in the sky, no
right.
one's blocking that, man.
I
I
mean,
don't
yeah,
know.
I
No one's
guess.
blocking that. But I didn't watch Wilt Chamberlain play. Like, I
Right,
haven't gone and looked for any old games. I don't
right,
know.
right.
Same with Kareem. I didn't watch.
Yeah,
I didn't really
Kareem.
watch
Yeah,
Kareem play either.
right.
You hear old guys talk about those dudes, and they're like, "It's like God came down and started playing basketball, man." They just love those guys. So, I mean, 20 years down the line, there's going to be a dude that all the young dudes are like, "This is the man. He would have mollywopped MJ." And we're going to be the old guy sitting somewhere being like, "You never saw MJ play." Like, it's inevitable.
Did you ever see Jordan play? Did you ever go to a
Um,
game?
no, I never
I
saw Jordan play live.
Neither did I. I had a chance to go see him for his last game at the Sky Dome when
Mm-hmm.
the Raptors were still playing there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. I forgot what happened. I didn't end up going, and like I totally regret it now.
Yeah,
That was my last chance to see him play.
it was a horrendous decision.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I don't want to wish bad news in the past on somebody, but I'm hoping there was something serious that kept you from that game.
I don't remember what it was. Like, it could even been a money thing. Like I don't know. I
Mm.
don't remember.
You already had the tickets.
No, I think like a friend like offered them. Is like, hey, I don't think they can't go, and
Gotcha.
you want the ticket, and I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money.
You're 11. How you gonna
Yeah,
yeah rub
exactly.
these
Yeah.
pennies together, make a ticket? No, I
Anyway,
hear you.
Yeah.
I did get to see LeBron live, fourth row.
I'm trying to think. Oh, really?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. There was a thing with an X, and somehow the
Oh, okay.
family ended up with four
Courtside.
courtside tickets baseline.
Jesus.
We were next to the Cleveland Cavaliers bench.
Oh.
Jalen Rose was still on the squad
Yeah.
for the
Oh
Raptors.
my
The
God.
Raptors were up like 15 or 20 or something. And then LeBron said, "Oh, you like this lead?" And went
Done.
off. Went off, dude. And then Cleveland ended up winning. It was an
My
amazing.
God.
It was amazing. I was like, "Oh, this is why we lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers every year." It was crazy. But
That guy.
yeah, he's amazing.
LeBronto.
LeBron. So the last of the three major things, Tiger
Tiger
King.
King.
What do you remember, or what is your first thought about Tiger King?
The
And
only
I'm gonna tell you mine first.
the only
My
reason oh sorry, go on. Go on.
my first thing that came to my mind when I saw Tiger King was, how have I never heard of this man and his tigers before? Like, the internet is a strange place
It's
where
true.
all this garbage gets to you even when you don't want it. And Tiger King never got to me. Had you heard about him
No.
before?
And the
Okay.
only reason why I heard about the show was not because of Tiger King, was because of Carol Baskin murdering her
Wow.
husband. That's how I heard about the show. I was like, oh, I need to know more about this Tiger King show. And then, yeah. So that's how I heard about the show, is the fact that she may have killed her
Right.
husband. Yeah.
And you were like, lady murdering her husband, I'm all in.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Let's do this. What's this show about?
And
I
then
also thought to myself, is how did I not know about this? And
Mhm.
are these places still in operation? How is it
Yeah.
legal to have people pay somebody money to go visit an animal from Africa? Like, is this I, how is this allowed?
Dude.
Like we have zoos. I can't get close to the, like
Yeah.
at the Toronto Zoo, I can't walk up to the tiger, start petting it, because there's like an enclosure and safety and regulations. And like, how is that guy and all those guys, like the fact that there was like multiple of them,
Yeah.
how are they all operating? I don't understand. So
Can,
weird.
can you imagine licensing someone to have those tigers?
Yeah, but were
Like,
they licensed? I
uh,
don't think so.
there's got to be something to allow these people to have these
That's what
tigers,
I
right?
was thinking. Like, there's got to be something. But like you watch the show, like he's bringing in cats from like Australia, from Africa all the time, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't think the government knows about these guys.
And it does turn into an interesting thing when it's like he's got an army of
Right,
tigers where
right.
if you come in, he could just let them loose.
All loose. Yeah,
And what are
yeah.
you
I don't
going to
know.
do?
It's weird.
But
It
can
was
you
weird.
imagine living down the street from the Tiger Man?
Yeah, like I'm surprised no one complained about this.
Well, I
Like,
think
what
they
if a
did.
tiger gets let loose by accident? Like, it's so weird. I
It
don't know.
would be so
That's the one thing I
spooky.
found weird about that show. Is how are these places a thing?
Yeah, I
But
mean, to start out,
I kind of think the same thing about the thing that we have up here, African Lion Safari. Like, how do they operate? How are they legally allowed to operate? It just
have
seems cruel.
have you been?
Yeah, I've been. It was the
Yeah.
wildest experience I've ever been on. There is a lion on top of my car. Like, this is so weird. Who's
did
gonna
you
pay for these
drive?
scratches?
Did you drive your own car?
It was my dad's car at the time, but yeah,
Wow.
these monkeys are all over. And like, how are like I don't. So weird.
Did you see a lot of black people when you were there?
No, I don't think so.
Did you see any black people when you were there?
I don't think so. I didn't really see too many people. It's literally just like a drive in a park.
Yeah.
And it was like it wasn't even summer. I think we went into like late fall. So it
Mhm.
was like cold.
How old are
It's
you?
like, how are these tigers surviving in the cold? Like, how is this place a thing?
Yeah. How old are you when you went?
The
Do you
last
think?
time that I went, I think I've been like a couple times in my life, but the last time was the one I was thinking about.
Yeah.
And I think I was in my mid teens, mid to late
Okay.
teens. So I was, yeah. was
Did you get
relatively
to
adult.
did you get to pet anything? Did you
No,
want to pet anything? No.
no,
I don't know
no,
how it works. I've never been.
no,
I
no.
was wondering if there was that
They were
Tiger
on the
King.
car, and we were like, "How do we get them off so we can keep moving?" Like, this,
I was
somebody
wondering
get these
if
guys off.
I was wondering if there was a Tiger King aspect where they get the baby version of an animal into your arms
No,
so you fall in love, but no.
no, no.
No.
Not open these doors.
I think that's how, like, that's clearly how they keep people's interest in it, right?
Yeah,
Like, you've got these crazy, violent beasts, and then they're like, hey, here it is at like 4 weeks. And how do you not fall in love with it, right?
right.
It's interesting. There were so many moments in that show that were just flabbergasting. Like his music videos. Do you remember his crazy music
Yep.
videos?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Even the remix one with Carol Baskin is one of my favorite ones.
I love that you have favorites.
Yeah. Oh man, that was really good.
Have you rewatched Tiger King?
No, no,
Or
just the
would you
one.
ever?
No,
No.
no.
Okay. Um, so
I even watched that stupid reunion
yeah, that was a
Zoom
disappointment.
episode. Yeah, that was a rough episode. That was somebody was like, "Let's cash in on this
Cash
fame."
in.
Yeah, like,
The cash register
yeah,
noises were going off, man.
yeah,
And we
yeah,
tuned in and we were like 15 minutes in, like, oh, they got us. They got us good. This is trash. And you finished it, of course, though, right?
yeah, yeah.
Couldn't turn it off
No,
because you got to
no,
know. Yeah, we're weird. Humans are weird.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah. So throughout this thing, have you been watching more TV shows, more movies?
So I've been watching more. I definitely had a backlog of stuff going into the pandemic, and that backlog is gone.
You cleaned it
And
out?
I'm looking, yeah, I'm looking for shows to watch. Yeah, like Mandalorian's about to end, and I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm gonna watch after that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to look for something. But yeah, I did watch more probably during the pandemic. Yeah,
Yeah. Did it weigh heavily more on the TV shows or movie side? Or
TV
is it just a
shows,
mix? TV shows.
TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So a lot of binging.
yes. I still have a
Um,
large backlog of movies, but
mhm,
I have a large collection of movies, and
in
there's no way
general.
I'll get to them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm secretly building my collection of movies and TV shows
Hmm.
for the eventual when I become the Will Smith and I need to keep myself entertained in the apocalypse. I don't want to keep watching Shrek over and over, right?
Yeah. So
So yeah,
yeah, so you've got them all digitized. You're ready
yeah,
to go. You can
ready
watch
to
them
go.
anywhere.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I mean,
got years and years of stuff to watch.
in between training because you're going to
Right,
need to be in shape,
right,
right?
surviving. Yeah,
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 fighting off those zombies.
yeah.
Um, have you watched anything that you would consider to be kind of obscure or something that like you don't think necessarily most people are watching or have watched?
Yes, yes. I watched a South Korean show on
Mm-hmm.
Netflix from Netflix um during the pandemic, and it was like, yeah, I don't think most people are watching uh international TV shows, but yeah,
Reading subtitles and all that
yeah,
good stuff.
it was all subtitles. Um, the show took place in South Korea, I think, and like the cultures there is different. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it was wild.
enjoyable.
Yeah, the show was called Itaewon Class.
Mhm.
Apparently it's one of South Korea's most popular YouTube Netflix shows, and
Mhm.
a friend of mine told me about it, and yeah, I watched it, and it was good. Yeah,
Has that kind of opened you up to more
yeah,
foreign TV shows
definitely,
and movies?
definitely. Even just like the culture, like just like watching the differences in the culture here and there,
Yeah,
it was interesting to watch.
yeah,
Yeah, because I never really thought about that differences and stuff like that.
yeah. That hit me a few years back when Parasite came out.
Right.
I heard Parasite was amazing. I went to watch it, and it dawned on me kind of the same way it did you, was like there's so much good entertainment from around the world that we're not seeing because we don't
Right.
want to read subtitles. Like
Right.
just the cinematography and just the pictures you get to see, like before you even get to the scripts, it's like the visuals are so impactful.
Right.
Yeah, so just like you, I've watched a couple as well. I've been watching a lot of English TV,
Oh, okay.
British stuff. I somehow started watching something on Showcase.
Coronation Street.
No, 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 no.
I've
There,
watched a couple episodes of those.
Coronation Street.
Yeah. There's
My
a lot of
dad loves
drama.
that. My dad loves those shows.
Lots of drama,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. No, the shows I've been seeing. There was a show called Intelligence. Um,
That sounds familiar.
yeah, there are 2 seasons. There was only one on Showcase so far. It was like 6 episodes, starring David Schwimmer,
Oh, okay.
Ross. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ross from Friends.
I liked
And
him in American Crime Story. The
Horror
story
Story.
of the story of O.J.
Oh,
Simpson.
yes, yes, yes.
He
Yeah, he was
was
good.
Rob Kardashian.
He was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he was good in that. I
He
liked
was
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
That was also
Intelligence.
another good documentary, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Did you watch the ESPN 30?
I think
Oh
so.
my God,
Yeah,
what
I
is it
think so.
called? It was like 10 hours. It was a
It's
masterpiece.
on O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that one too.
There were 5 episodes, 2 hours each. It won an Oscar. What was it
I
called?
think I saw it. Yeah.
But yeah, that was amazing. But Intelligence is a really cool show about like a British, like it's like what is it, M6? Like they're
MI6,
CIA, yeah, they're
yeah.
CIA, and he like
Mission Impossible.
yeah, he gets transferred to their headquarters, and it's a silly show, but it's so hilarious. Everybody's English except him, but it's amazing. And then there was another show called Bulletproof, which is basically New York, not New York Undercover. Yeah, New York Undercover. Did you watch New York Undercover?
No.
It was a cop show.
Yeah.
Black guy and a Hispanic guy partners, and they're just rolling through the streets, busting up crime.
Okay.
And Bulletproof was the same thing, but 2 black guys in England. And again, like the pictures, the script, like the way they interact with each other is so different than what we see every day on TV. So good, man. So good.
Interesting.
Yeah. Um, have you been watching more Netflix, Prime, Disney Plus, YouTube?
All of them really,
Yeah.
or content from all of them. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, they all
Yeah.
have good stuff now.
Yeah.
Before it used to be really lopsided, but now it's way more on the other side now.
It used to be more TV, and now
It
it's
used to be more like the only good stuff was Netflix or um Disney, maybe. Like now they're all the services have like good shows. Like
mhm,
Amazon used to have nothing really, and now they have like a lot of good hit shows.
insane. So
Um,
good.
HBO Max, like all these guys, they all have like good shows now.
Mhm.
So like yeah, you can it's easy to like spread viewing now.
Have you
But
been watching The Boys?
yeah, I watched both seasons
Yeah.
last year and this year. And one episode was filmed in front of my work building.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Several.
And they really? Oh
Yeah,
wow.
because they film like all the headquarters stuff just in front of
Oh
Roy
right.
Thompson.
Roy Thompson, right.
Yeah, which was
Right.
it's always cool to see.
Yes, yeah. I went for coffee break once and they were filming and I was like all the extras were on the surrounding the area. Like, it was crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it was a good experience.
Um, have you been watching any old movies or rewatching like any favorites, or just killing the list, watching all new stuff to you?
All yeah, it's all new stuff. I don't really rewatch stuff until like holiday times.
Okay.
Like Christmas, I'll have certain movies that I'll watch. Um, Die Hard, Back to the Future. I usually like to watch during Christmas. Um, but yeah, other than that, no, I haven't gone back and watched anything old.
Mm.
No.
So,
You?
y- um, yeah, I rewatched Dexter.
Oh, okay.
Um, I mean, pretty much everybody's working from home. I don't
Yeah.
really enjoy just sitting around in silence. So
Right.
when I'm working, I'll usually have something on,
Something on the back. Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
kind of like ambient,
Yeah.
like noise and TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
And rewatching certain show like things I would consider really good
Right.
during that time is pretty good to do.
Right.
So yeah, I've rewatched Dexter.
What
Um,
do you think about Dexter coming back?
I don't know.
Like I remember when I watched the
I
series
don't know.
finale, I was like, "This is how they ended it." Like, wait, what? What is this? This isn't the real finale. That was the stupid. That was the worst finale I've ever seen. Like of series finales.
Hmm.
There's been a doozy over the years, but that one was like so dumb, so dumb. And then I remember when the show ended, there was rumors that they were going to do a spin-off and the main character was going to be Dexter. And I'm like, wait, what?
Where
Like,
did you see
this doesn't
that?
make any sense. Like, how do you have a spin-off where the main character is the same character from
Is
the
it
last
like
show?
was it like 15-year-old Dexter or something like that?
No, it was just supposed to like continue where they left off. And I'm just like, what's the point of this?
Hmm.
That was so weird.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna,
Oh,
yeah, I'm watching it because like that wasn't a series finale. Like what they had was not a series finale. They need to, if they're gonna end that show, they need to end it properly or keep it going. Or pick one.
okay, so I don't know if it's age and maturity or what it is, but I'm in a place where if there's a show, there's a big show that everyone loves and I watch it, I just give them the room to write whatever finale they want. Like, you're not going to hear me complaining necessarily um, that the finale was garbage. And like everybody has their right to do it. I don't
Right.
like do what you want to do. I
Right.
just refuse to. I'm just like, this is the story they wanted to tell. Whether or not it's good is a different conversation. And like Dexter, I was underwhelmed for sure, like that last season. But I'm like, okay, that's how you want to end it. Fine. Like same thing with Game of Thrones. I
No, no,
I hold
no.
on,
They
hold on,
ruined it.
hold on,
They don't get to finish it any way they want.
hold on, hold on. Okay, so I figure I'd catch some heat on this for sure. But like the last season, so first of all, they shot like 8 movies. That's what Game of Thrones was for the
Yeah.
last season, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you shoot 8 movies with the amount of extras and
Yeah.
scale and all that stuff. It's like you're going to lose something somewhere for sure,
I
right?
guess.
You can agree to
But
that.
they also did um 60 other movies before that, right?
Shorts,
60 to 70 other movies before that.
shorts, less than an hour,
I mean, a
you
lot of them
know?
were a lot of them were in like the 50 to an hour
Yeah,
range,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Especially the later seasons, like they just started increasing in length. But yeah,
So clear, I had no issues with it,
with Game
right?
of Thrones.
No issues with the finale. Like some of the some of the episodes had scenes in it where literally breathtaking,
Yeah.
literally breath. Like when I can't remember what it was. What was it? Nightfall or whatever the hell it was called when the White Walkers came to the castle and they had the enormous fight.
Yes.
Is there anything bad to say about that episode?
That was the darkest episode in any
True,
history.
true.
They
My
couldn't see
apologies.
nothing.
True,
Couldn't
true,
see nothing.
true. That's true.
My whole problem. Okay, my whole problem with that last season of Game of Thrones was they spent 7 seasons. Seven?
Sure.
They
Let's
spent
roll with
all
it.
those seasons beforehand leading up to certain things. So the certain things are like Jon Snow is the true heir to the throne. So spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen Game of Thrones, by the
They're
way.
gonna know the
Yeah,
whole damn show's spoilers.
they were teasing us that he was the heir to the throne since the first episode of that show.
Sure.
If you go back and that's one of the shows that you can go back and watch and see
Yes.
things you didn't notice before.
Yeah.
Um, again, and all those seasons are also based off of written books and stuff. So
Right.
like, there's a reason why I think those seasons were so good because they were based off of real stuff. Whereas the last season was based off of nothing because he hasn't finished the book because he takes too fucking long to write shit.
Hmm.
That's a whole nother topic. But so that last season is why I don't like it that much because like they had nothing to go off of, and the stuff that they come up with was garbage because like they spent all these years leading up to things like John being the heir, um, like the White Walkers.
Hmm.
Like from the very first episode, they build this up, and and all the decisions that they make in the last season are just like, yeah, let's have this White Walker battle in the middle of the last season,
Hmm.
like in the dark, and let's make it so John is not the one. Like, so John never ends up fighting the Night King. Like, let's do that. That's a good idea. Like, why would you not have those two fight? Why, like, why wouldn't you have that big climactic fight at the end of the show? Like that being the last thing, right? Because that's like that one storyline that's come from the opening minute of that show. Why just let's just resolve it halfway through the season, and
Hmm.
then the whole buildup of him being the king, and then he at the end he's not even the king. He wasn't even like considered to be the king. Like he wasn't
Right.
even in the running. Like
Right.
I don't know. It's just a lot of the decisions that they made were just like, Why did you go? Why did you? Why did you think? What's the word? Why did you make us think we were gonna go down this road and you end up
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden we're on that road? Like, why? When did this happen?
The tangents, the
Yeah, it
drama.
was just like I just don't think they did a good job of what's a good analogy of they planted all these seeds and they ended up doing nothing with the plants at the end. Like you
Hmm.
just ended up cutting them down and be like, oh well, I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's an
That's
interesting thought.
yeah. Like I read all the books after the first season of the show, and then
Hmm.
I watched the rest, and like I loved everything because I think it was based off of the books, and
Hmm.
then that last season, like from what I understand, they went to JJ R. R. Martin. They were like, "Hey, give us the cold notes on where you're
What you're
going with
planning on
this,"
doing. Yeah.
and they did that, and they just yeah. From what I understand, he's upset. Like he's like, "That's not what I was gonna go with."
Right.
Um, so apparently he's like warned us that like the book is gonna be different.
Hmm.
So maybe I'll get the ending that I really want through the books, but like I just wish they would have done a little bit better. Like Danny's turn was like out of nowhere.
Right.
Like I think it was just like all of a sudden she's the evil. Like what the wait, what? Like no, I wanted those two to get married and they have kids and they have more dragon controlling people and like oh my
You wanted some more good incest.
yeah. Yeah.
So I think the thing that allows me to divorce myself from hurt feelings
Yeah.
is I didn't read the
Right.
books, right?
Right. Right.
So I got the story that they wanted to tell me,
Right.
and I didn't have any
Yeah, but you didn't like that
anticipation.
they spent all that time like making us think he was the rightful heir, and then it being like a non-starter. Like,
It didn't bother me because
but why lead us down that road? Okay, another example. Another
yeah.
another example where they're like, go this way, and then whoops, um, Arya Stark.
Mhm.
They told us about this prophecy of hers that she's gonna kill someone with blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes, something like that, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And then at the end, she ends up not killing that third colored eye. Like it's just like, wait, why did you like wait? Why did you tell us about this prophecy and it just ended up being nothing? Like everyone
It
thought she was
does
gonna end up killing Danny, uh, for the blue eyes or what the green eyes
maybe the
or
green
something like
eyes.
that. Yeah, something like that. I forgot what it was, but she ended up doing it. It's just like, why did you? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Well,
Why plant seeds if you're not gonna do nothing with them? Like that was
well,
my.
I mean, They
and that's all from the show. Like that's not from the books or it's
right.
I don't know.
They get to take you down this path and then show you that you're going down a different
Yeah,
path.
right.
But like the drama that they create at the end of having John kill Danny,
Yeah,
like you I didn't expect it necessarily. At least not seasons and seasons ahead of that, right? Like that jaw droppers. Like they
yeah,
created a bunch of jaw droppers
yeah.
in like a 7, 8 episode season. So I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I
Totally.
enjoyed it. I just wish it would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
it definitely could have been, right? Like
yeah.
they have more time, they have more money, they're not running everybody
And
into the ground.
and after the show aired, one thing that pissed me off is you hear that the writers rushed the season because they were trying to work on a Star Wars trilogy that they
Mm-hmm.
had um, won the rights to go do,
Mm-hmm.
and then it seemed like they were like, "Hey, we need to finish up on Game of Thrones so we can do this."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That didn't sit well with me either. It's like their heart wasn't in it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's reports of what I heard, and then it's funny because then now that trilogy ended up getting canceled, so they ended up rushing Game of Thrones for no reason. Like fuck, man, why'd you have to rush that last season for?
Yeah,
Anyway,
I get if that was true, then yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess so. Yeah. That I can feel your pain. I
Like
can feel your
I
pain.
could have waited another year if they needed more time to get it right, but they didn't. I don't know.
Well, in hindsight now,
Right,
imagine
exactly,
imagine they took another year.
exactly.
Although being able to watch Game of Thrones while in quarantine would have been pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Apparently
Um,
they're doing a spin-off and prediction, I don't think it's gonna do as well.
you,
Apparently.
do you think enough people are hurt by how they ended
No,
Game
I
of
just
Thrones?
think that spin-offs historically never do well. There's very few spin-offs have been more successful than the original.
Right.
I think there's like two or three. I think um, uh, Cheers and what was the show after it?
Frasier.
Frasier. I think that's an anomaly. I think Frasier ended up doing better than Cheers
It's hilarious you're bringing this up. I just saw an article like yesterday
about that.
talking about why Frasier was as funny as your parents told you it was.
Yeah.
And like I thought I got some of it when we were younger and
Yeah.
like it'd be on TV, but I'm gonna definitely go back and watch all of Frasier
Yeah,
because I
that'd be
know it's
one. Yeah,
hilarious.
that would be one
So
I would go
gotta
back and watch.
get some recommendations from you later as well.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Speaking of cable and just TV in general, are there any shows when you're flipping through the channels or you're on the guide or whatever it is, and the show you see the show and you have to turn it on or you can't flip past it? Is there anything where you just always stop?
Yeah.
What?
Seinfeld
Seinfeld.
all the
Non
time.
every single time.
Every time.
Wow.
I go through the guide. I see Seinfeld going on. Click on it. Especially if there's nothing else on. I'm like, okay, I'll put Seinfeld on. Even
So
though I've seen all those episodes like 50 times each.
mhm.
I love that show. Or Friends, I might do as well. Trying to think what else. Yeah, Friends.
Big Bang Theory's on all the time. Do you
Yeah,
ever
Big
stop on
Bang.
that?
Yeah, Big Bang and The Simpsons.
On The Simpsons.
Those are the ones that if nothing else is on, I'll yeah, and I see one of those, I'll turn those on.
So you watched all of them when they were on live back in the day,
Yes,
and
not Simpsons, but
not
yeah,
Simpsons.
the other one. Like Simpsons is still going.
Yeah, forever.
They're on like season 36 something right now.
I want.
By the way, I have all the episodes on my play.
Okay. I
I went out
this
of my way to make sure I got all of them.
this is research I need to do.
Oh, I got
I
31
wanted.
seasons. Jesus Christ.
I've seen 0 seasons of Simpsons.
Really?
I may have
Oh,
seen
you need to go back.
I may have seen in my whole life 4 full episodes of Simpsons.
Have you heard of the conspiracy theory about Simpsons,
Yes.
where Matt Groening's a time traveler?
Yeah. Yeah.
That guy's
And
a time traveler. It's
he
not a
might.
conspiracy. It's fact.
He might be. He might be.
It's
We do we
really
have
weird.
you have real reason to believe there aren't time travelers? Do you have real like I know you can't prove a negative, but like
I mean, the only thing I can go off of with time travel is that time travel to the past is deemed im- impossible
okay.
by the likes of like Einstein, right? He said that like it's literally impossible to go back. He says that going into the future is possible, but going back is literally it's a one-way street. It's like going on a one-way street. It's just you can't go that way.
Mhm.
It's not. Once something has happened, it's happened. At least that's what his theory is. And like he was one of the smartest guys. So if he doesn't think it's a thing, then
that that's the tagline for this show, by the way, for this episode.
what is it?
Einstein, he's a pretty smart guy.
All right, I'm down.
That's my favorite. My favorite thing you've said so far. Einstein, he's a pretty smart guy.
Okay. All right.
um. So yeah, no, I haven't seen any Simpsons. I understand the time traveling aspect of it. Seinfeld is interesting. Both Seinfeld and The Simpsons. I've never turned it on and thought this is a garbage show. I don't know why people watch it. It's always funny. I always find it funny, and I have zero interest of sitting down and getting into all of them. I don't know why. I
Wait,
just can't.
which show?
Seinfeld or The Simpsons.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I
Okay.
can't. I just can't do it. I can't pull the trigger. I don't know. I don't know why. It's really wild. Um,
I mean,
recent.
they're, Seinfeld's a classic. It's classic. It still holds up. It still holds up.
There's a weird thing where I don't know how many black people are watching Seinfeld.
Okay.
Do you know? Do you have any black friends that are like, "Yo, Roger, did you see that episode of Seinfeld the other day?"
Now that I think about it, no,
Right?
no, yeah, no.
And maybe it's representation. Like maybe black people are just like, I've seen Seinfeld on for 25 years. I've never seen a black person on it. So like that might be
On their show,
on the show.
I feel like there's been a couple, but I mean, you also have to take like where and when it was filmed, right? Like, it's nothing against the show. It's just,
And yeah, and I'm not saying it to like try to get
I mean,
Seinfeld canceled.
Friends is the same way.
Yeah,
Six
they
white people, and I honestly don't think I remember seeing a person of color on that show.
Aisha Tyler. They had
She was on that
Aisha
show.
Tyler. Yeah, they had Aisha Tyler come on for as a love interest for Ross
For Ross,
for
yeah.
like 6 episodes or
And
something.
even
like
then, like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
No,
And
I didn't think about that. But
I
that's such a like cultural thing.
exactly
That show was filmed in the late 80s, early 90s, right? Like,
Seinfeld.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I
yeah,
think so.
yeah,
And hilarious, like
yeah.
Seinfeld, hilarious. Kramer, what he was doing was hilarious. Elaine, like everybody, it's funny. It's really funny, but just
Which of those four is a billionaire? Fun fact, trivia for anyone listening.
it's got to be Seinfeld, right?
Is that your final answer?
Well, it's clearly a trick question, but like
No, no, it's not.
I'm rolling with that anyway.
It is the wrong answer. I'll give you one more. One more.
Of the four,
Billionaire
of the four.
Of the four. Seinfeld is definitely a millionaire, but
Well, yeah, I mean,
and it is a trick question because you would any sane person would think it's Seinfeld because he's the
I'm
most popular there.
I'm trying to imagine who else would be doing like behind the scenes stuff on
Yeah.
TV,
Yeah.
like producers, directors, or whatever. I don't know enough about
I,
any of them.
I love doing this to people. By the way,
Yeah.
I've done this several times.
About Seinfeld.
Yeah, like which one's a billionaire?
Yeah, my next guess would be Julia Louise Dreyfus.
Oh wow, you got it. She's the billionaire.
But I don't know how she got there. Like
Apparently
I've seen
she
a lot
has
of stuff.
apparently she has a it's family. So apparently she has
Oh,
a family business that's worth billions and billions, and she's like estimated at like 3 bill or something. I don't know, something
so
like that.
without the TV money.
Yeah, without the TV money.
Gotcha.
Like what's
Gotcha.
what I actually like about her. Like once I heard that, I actually liked her more
Hmm.
because she doesn't need the money. She
Yeah.
does it for the love of it, of the acting, right?
Hmm.
She's a she's a great actress. But yeah, I like her even more now that you know that she's not doing it for money. She just does it for she's set. Like she's
Yeah.
more than set.
Have you watched Veep?
No, I've always wanted to go back and watch Veep. I heard she's amazing on that. She won a couple Emmys for it, no?
I don't.
I
Sure.
th- I
Sure.
think she has, yeah.
So this is why we're doing this show.
Right,
The fact that you feel you have nothing to watch and you've never seen Veep
right.
is
I should go back and watch Veep. Okay.
oh immediate. Like as soon as we hang up, you gotta start
Download it.
watching Veep. You gotta see Richard Splett, character played by Sam Richardson. He comes in
Okay.
like season 2 or 3 or something like that. And once he gets there, your life is over. Like you're gonna start laughing the hardest you've ever laughed. He's hilarious, man. Um, okay, so I got a few more questions for you. We'll get you
Sure.
out of here.
Sure.
Um, you're single.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Have you in the past, or would you ever in the future, hide a show from your significant other because you don't like the way they watch TV? They take too long. They change their mind on what they want to watch from time to time. Is there a reason you'd ever be like, I told you about Veep right now? And you're like, Damien's high on this show. He says it's hilarious. I want to start watching it tonight. And your partner is like, I could only do one episode a night of whatever
Like
show
so,
is.
you're still gonna watch it together, but
No, you've decided
like
watching it with them is going to take too long.
you've decided to watch the show together, and you get one episode in, and you realize it's gonna take too long watching the rest with her
That
because
too.
the show's amazing,
Sure.
and then you just watch the rest without her.
Yes.
What show would that be?
Would you? Period. Not what.
What?
Not
Oh,
doesn't.
would I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
Would
would
you?
also then keep watching it with her.
So you'd be double watching.
Yeah, I would double watch. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
So I don't know.
I've actually already done that with previous exes.
Okay. So do you pretend when things happen? Like you watch it by yourself and then you
Yeah,
watch it
and
with them.
I didn't tell her I had watched, but I already knew.
So you just played like was it a
I,
comedy? Was it action?
action.
Action. So did you when there were surprises, dramatic
Yeah,
twists?
dramatic twist. I'd be like, "Oh no, I can't believe he got betrayed by his friend." Like, yeah, definitely.
How
I do
deep
that.
is this ploy? Did you practice? Did you practice
No,
your reactions?
no. I mean, as deep as I would go is again with Plex, it tracks what you've watched and what you haven't. So I had to go back and make sure that I clicked the show and made it seem like I had not watched it. I had to switch it to unwatched to make sure that I cover my tracks. I gotta cover the tracks, man.
You're gonna be single for a while after people see
Oh
this.
yeah, oh yeah. I've already come. I've already accepted it.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I was hoping this was gonna be my favorite question I ask people, and it already is.
But yeah, the question is, what show or what?
No,
Would I
no,
just do it?
no.
Oh, would I
Just
just do
would
it?
you do
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Would you do
I've
it?
already done it. I would do it again. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure. Like
that's
Game of Thrones. Like yeah. Like there's no way. There's no way I'm waiting. Yeah, there's no way I'm waiting.
so.
Especially with like all my friends and coworkers are talking about it. Like I don't want to. I don't want to be like, no, no, I didn't. No, I haven't watched this episode yet. La 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 la. No, I don't know. I
Uh,
don't want to do that.
so you were wifed up at the time of Game of
Yeah.
Thrones, and you were double watching.
No, no, it wasn't Game of Thrones. It was
Oh,
another
okay,
show. She didn't watch Game of Thrones.
okay.
Too scary for her.
Mm.
Anyway, um,
Jeez.
got rid of her real quick. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. Um,
Oh man.
but like nowadays, like I don't know, like Mandalorian maybe if Mandalorian might be that show for me. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Like
If it's a called pop culture, that pop culture. If it's
yeah.
like culturally popular right now, like yeah, I'm not waiting.
Hmm.
I like social media. Like I like to keep up with stuff, and like it's
Hmm.
so easy to get ruined if you're not up to date. So
Yeah.
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 Again, one of the reasons why I got into Tiger King, social media,
Yeah.
talking about Carol Baskin murdered her husband. I was like, okay, I need to watch this
Had
show.
to get into it. There's no waiting.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Now I want to talk about snacks.
Okay.
Okay. When you're sitting down to get a good binge in, I've just told you Veep exists. Veep's amazing. You're going to start watching it. Are you snacking up? Are you binging with your binging?
Now, right now, because I'm like exercising and trying to lose weight,
Yeah.
not snacking as much.
Yeah.
I do still have a couple of snack options that are low calorie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually like right now I have these like low calorie chips and I can only have like six. It's rough. It's rough. And then I also have these like rice cakes,
Okay.
like flavored rice cakes. And
Sad.
those are also
This is really sad.
good for me because they're low calories. They're also filling. Like
That's
they
important. That's important.
right. So when I'm hungry, yeah. But like when I was not
Here we
watching what I
go.
was eating,
Here we go.
um, like my Uber Eats transactions are through the roof. Like
These aren't
McDonald's.
snacks, man. Those aren't snacks.
Oh yeah, when you're ordering like two large fries, like yeah, at 3 in the morning, that's definitely snacks.
Oh, those
But like no, mainly it would be like chips. I would always go to
chips.
the convenience store across the street.
Yes.
Um, and I would get chips, and it would be like, um, what was the name of it? Salt, salt and vinegar, salt and vinegar. No, sorry, dill pickle. There's
Okay.
dill pickle chips,
What brand?
sour cream and onion, and maybe some Cheetos and Doritos.
What brand of salt and vinegar?
Ruffles.
Ruffles. All of them are Ruffles,
Yeah,
except the
except
Doritos,
for Doritos.
obviously.
Yeah.
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 And Dorito flavor,
No, it would be the cheesy one, the cheesy one.
like
Cheesy.
zesty,
Yeah, that's it.
the orange one,
Yes,
orange
orange.
package.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Anything sugary or just salty
Yes.
is your thing?
Lindors, you know the 3 pack with the three little balls, and Ferrer Rochers.
The red ones?
Yeah, the red ones, the red box,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
The milk chocolate.
To each
Yeah,
his own.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the Ferrero Rocher, covered in peanuts. Yeah, gold
Drinks.
wrapper.
Drinks.
Coke. There was a lot of Coke going on. A lot of Coca Cola.
Not zero, not diet.
No, no,
Coke.
because I got off of the diet stuff because I stopped drinking diet stuff a long time ago because of the stuff that they
Aspartame.
put aspartame. Yeah, it was giving me headaches and like I didn't know about it until I read up on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, okay, fuck it, no more
Whoa,
diet
whoa,
stuff.
whoa, 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 whoa. You're drinking enough Diet Coke for the aspartame to give you headaches?
Yeah, at the time I was, yeah,
Whew,
yeah.
that sounds scary.
Like I would have like one or two a day,
Okay.
and yeah, and it was like, yeah, it was too much.
Mm.
Same. It wasn't even just Diet Coke. It was like I was also having like Crystal Light. Like I was having all these like diet drinks because I was always told that like Coke and these drinks are bad for you because of the sugar content.
Right.
And it was like little do you know, like it's not really a problem if you just limit or moderate the amounts that you have.
Yeah.
So I stopped. I stopped all diet stuff and just went back to the normal and just like I would have like a Coke every week, like one Coke a week maybe. And then as the pandemic hit, then that would increase like 2 a week, 3 a week, one every other day,
Mhm.
and yeah. So that's what I would have. I pick up a Coke, bag of chips, Ferrero Rocher, come back to the house, and those would be my snacks.
I'm ready to kill it.
And yeah, and then I
Kill it
gained
with
like a ton of weight, and now I have to lose it all. I have lost it all. I'm gonna keep going. So,
That's awesome, man.
yeah.
Um, those are the snacks are standard, right? They don't change based on what you're watching.
No,
No.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. And the headline for 2020 is I don't want to deal with anyone.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that's everybody across the board on
Right.
everything. It's like, how do I not have to talk to anybody in person?
Right. Like
And
when I do Uber Eats, it's like leave it at the door, and then I'll open the door when you're at the elevator. Like
that
I open the door and I see you there. I'm like, okay, good. Now here we go.
that's
I'm
one
joking, by the way.
that's one of the weirder things though about this whole pandemic is like all of
It's
these
made it okay to leave food on the ground.
on the ground, dog.
I know there's no even like boxes or anything you put it in, like nothing. Even my Amazon orders, it's just on the ground in front of my door. I'm like, I open it, I don't even get a confirmation. I just look at the door. I'm like, oh look, just packages. Great, thanks. I wonder how long this has been sitting here.
But it's also like, so first of all, we've decided putting food on the ground is a thing we should
It's
be
okay
fine
now.
with.
Yeah, it's
Like
okay now.
bags or no bags. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Right,
Then the other thing is like this idea of shooing people away
right,
has like become so commonplace where it's like we could deliver your food to you by hand, or
we can
we
just
could
leave
put your food on the ground and you could tell us to go away
and then we'll
and
get
we're
it.
fine
Yeah.
with it. Yeah, we're fine with it.
I get why they're doing it, right?
Me
Like,
too. It's
yeah,
just
like
funny.
I'm sure there are I'm sure there are people that are very skittish about COVID. I'm not one of them, but I
Mhm.
know a lot of people there are.
Right.
Like one of the other podcasts that I do, one of the guys, like he'll get Amazon deliveries and he leaves them outside for 3 days. That's his rule. He thinks that after the 3 days, any of the germs on the box are not dead. I mean, like everyone deals with it different, right?
Yeah.
Like he hasn't left his house, he hasn't seen people. Like he's like very like I don't want to get COVID, which is fine. Everyone to each his own.
Yeah.
But
We,
yeah, I'm not like that. Like I'll just give me the food.
yeah.
If you're gonna leave it outside, cool. Just let me know.
Yeah, I think it's important that everybody also understands that you need to get through this shit
Right,
however you need to get through it.
right,
So it's like we're making fun sort of like putting food on the ground, but if that's the only way you can
right,
eat food from takeout is like having that person go
right,
away, keep doing it. And if
right,
anybody tells you not to, tell them to fuck off.
right,
Right?
right.
Not for me. It's not for me at all, but like you do what you got to
Yeah,
do to get through this.
yeah, it's
It's
true.
wild.
It's true.
How are you watching TV? Are you on the couch? Are you in bed? Are you on the phone, shitting on the toilet?
I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm always in front of my desk and I'm always on this chair.
Is it a
I
good
probably
chair?
it's getting kind of old. I need to get a new one.
So just upgrade that chair and
I
then
need
keep sitting at
it's
your desk.
yeah, it's given how much time I've been spending sitting, I think I need to get a new chair sooner
Okay.
rather than later. But it's doing well. It's one of the leather ones and like all the leather stuff's like come off
Right.
because it's so old and I don't know, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
Yeah, so in front of on
computer,
my chair in front of the computer,
computer.
my
Wow.
TV is not seeing a lot of usage. Like it's very like I have the dual screen set up on my computer
Yeah.
and I have the TV. Both my monitors are 4K and my TV is only 1080.
Right.
So
It's a
like
wrap. It's a wrap.
yeah, the
Yeah.
quality is better on my computer. Everything that I watch off is off my Plex, most of it.
Hmm.
Um, I limit my app usage,
Hmm.
um, apps usage, and yeah, yeah, that's me.
I'm curious about how many people I'm gonna get saying I'm watching on my computer because I feel
I
like the
don't know. I don't think it'll be a lot. I think I'm a minority.
yeah.
Like Nelson, for instance, our friend Nelson, he watches everything off his TV.
Me too.
He just got a new TV. All these new TVs come with apps built in.
Hmm.
So like he was telling me, he got a Samsung, and it comes with there's a Plex app built in. There's I think a lot of new TVs, especially Samsung, have Plex. Disney Plus, Netflix, HBO Max, all these apps are now like built into TV, so you don't need another exterior device.
Hmm.
Um, and those apps will run the files natively, so like they'll have HDR. They have all these like little fancy things um, that like would take it a little bit harder for me to do on my computer because I don't have like an app that will run HDR
Yeah.
natively. Like so, like little things like that, like uh, just it's a lot easier on TVs. So I feel like a lot of people are gonna say just TV
Hmm.
and a subscription of some sort, like
Yeah.
Netflix,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Do you did you spend any money upgrading your TV watching or computer, I guess, in effect watching, like once this stuff hit, or were you already set up and ready to go?
I was already set up, yeah.
Yeah.
And now that the new console, gaming consoles are out, the Xbox and PlayStation 5, I have been thinking about updating the TV
Yeah.
to go 4K.
Right.
And I was actually looking at getting Nelson's TV. Nelson's TV is really, really good.
Yeah.
And it was crazy on sale for Black Friday.
Mm.
I
Oh, so
almost
he
pulled it.
just got it.
He got it like a few months ago,
Yeah.
or two months ago, and he's the one that told me it's on sale again at Black Friday.
Hmm.
So I was gonna pull the trigger, but just money, things that I have allocated for money are just
Yeah.
not right now. But I
Yeah.
think come TV season buying, for anyone listening,
When is that?
TV season buying is at the end of January, beginning of February.
Okay.
That coincides with two major events. CES is the Consumers Electronics Show, where they like showcase all the upcoming gadgets, TVs, at this event. Like 8K, 16K, like they all have like shit that's coming out in the future there. And Super Bowl. Super Bowl is the beginning of February, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And both those events pushed sales of TVs because for Super Bowl, all the Best Buys are going to be like, "Hey, you need a new fancy TV to watch the game." And then with the CES is here are all the new TVs that are coming out soon. So all the old TVs are now like discounted,
Hmm.
right? Because it's like need to get rid of the old stock to bring in the new. So it's a combination of the two. Like that's like the perfect storm to time to buy TVs is around then. So from Boxing Day, um, it's our Canadian version of Black Friday, to Super Bowl is when I'll hopefully keep my eye out and maybe
Get a
maybe
new one.
possibly purchase a new TV.
Yeah. If the price is right.
Right.
Okay. So, final question, recommendations. Do you
Oh,
have anything you'd like to recommend to the people, whether it is just fun, sad, you want to open up some minds, like what was it, Itaewon Class?
yeah. I think I don't really have much to recommend. 'Cause I don't. Everyone's into different things, right?
Yeah, but
Like
you could open a mind here.
I would say Star Wars, like Mandalorian is really. I like that show. I would
Mm-hmm.
recommend that show to people. But again, maybe you need to be a Star Trek guy to Star Wars guy to watch it. So I don't know. Discovery is a good Star Trek show. Probably one of the best, I think. But for a real answer, I would probably like unbiased. I would probably go Ito One Class.
Mm-hmm.
Like that show was it's next level. It's really good. It's a really good show. Like 90-minute episodes.
Yeah.
All South Korea. No English. Um, great story. One season only. Probably not going to be another. I think it's a very definitive show.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. It's another cultural thing. Like
Yep.
their shows end. Like ours don't.
BBC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're more artistic, and like once the story's done, it's done. They're not milking it.
Yeah. They write a story, tell the story, and move on with their lives.
Move in. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess mine would be that.
Itaewon
It's on
Class.
Netflix. Give it a shot. I was very skeptical about it, but my good friend, she told me about it, and it took me a little while, and gave it a shot, and I was like, then I ended up going back to her and being like, "Oh my god, you were so right. This show's
Yeah.
so good." And I
Yeah.
hear from everyone that's ever watched it, they're like, "Oh my god, this show's the best. It's really good." Yeah,
Yeah. I'll check it out too.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for doing this, buddy.
No problem.
I definitely want to have you back on, less pandemic focused and more Big
Yes.
Brother Survivor focused.
Okay.
Because if I'm sure you don't know, Roger is an enormous Big Brother fan, goes to live tapings. I thought I was a big fan, and then I looked at Roger's Instagram account, and he knows Big Brother contestants.
Yeah, I know a lot of Big Brother players. This is weird.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
weird.
I mean, you go and you're in a situation you want to be in, so you're more outgoing,
Right.
and you're really enjoying it. So at some point, once life goes back to normal, I'm gonna have to tag along on
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Big Brother taping with you.
yeah. I can get tickets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we'll have to go check that out.
it's really not hard. Anyone can do it.
Yeah, that's fine. I've just never wanted
Yeah, yeah.
I've been fine watching it from home, but
Right.
I see you going and I'm like, I got to check. I've been watching it just as long as you have. I love
Yeah.
it just as much as you do. I got to check it out. But yeah, so I'll have to have you back on and we'll talk about that stuff.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Watch all 13 people listen to those episodes that are super specific.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, could be. Okay. Well, thanks, man.
Alrighty.
Take care.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yep. Take care, brother.